Zach, how would you characterize what the first two games of this series have been like?
I mean, I think it's been high paced. I think it's been intense. I think it's what you expect out of playoff hockey, especially when it's Toronto versus Montreal. So, I think they've been fun games to play in, and they've been close.
Did that feel like a bigger winning game to you, given how you guys responded to not just the loss in game one, but also the loss of John?
Yeah, I think it was really important win for us, obviously, and then also them scoring the first goal and us having to battle back from that. I think that obviously losing John is a huge loss to our team, and he means a lot on the ice and in the room. So, it was good to get that one from him.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Zach, you obviously missed the end of the season with an injury there. How do you feel health-wise, and how do you feel your game is right now?
Yeah, I feel good. Health-wise. I feel good on the ice. I feel strong, and I'm excited to continue to keep getting better in the series, and I feel good.
Thanks.
We'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Zach, what's your perspective on what William Nylander has been bringing so far in this series, and how much he can influence this series when he's at his best?
Yeah, no, Willie's, no question, a dynamic player and someone who brings a ton to our team. And he's obviously producing right now, which is huge for us. And, when Willie's playing his game, he's one of the best players in the world. So it's great to see.
Joe Thornton says he's got no stress, man. And Sheldon was suggesting that that's kind of influenced the group as a whole. Have you sensed that? What's your sense of how Joe has influenced the group with that personality?
Yeah, no, I think, no matter what the circumstances are, he brings that attitude. And he's such a great, positive figure in our locker room, and just somebody who everybody kind of gravitates towards. So he's been fantastic. And, I think it's a great way to live.
Take two more here. We'll go to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Zach, what do you expect from Montreal in the first opening shifts? You guys haven't had a lot of home ice advantage in your time in the playoffs. A different ballgame this year. What are you expecting off the bat from them?
Yeah, they always come out strong. I expect no different, especially coming off a loss. You always want to respond. So I'm sure that they have that mentality, and we have to be ready for that, especially in this building. Even though there are no fans, they're still home, and they play well in this building. So we got to be ready for a big test tonight.
Hey Joe, I'm just wondering what you appreciate most about Rasmus Sandin's game.
He's just smooth. He's confident. Moves the puck really, really well. He's come a long way just in the last 3-4 months, but just is very poised back there, and he's just a super guy.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Joe, before the series, Sheldon was saying that the team had kind of adopted your "I got no stress, man" type philosophy. I'm wondering where that comes from for you.
Oh, I think growing up in my household with two older brothers, pounding me every day. I think just that's the way I was raised with my mom and dad, and I've always had that type attitude, and it won't change.
And what's your sense of how the group has responded since game one, the injury to John? There's been some adversity. What's your sense of the group?
No, it was a huge step last game for us. We're trying to make another big one tonight. But yeah, losing John, definitely hurt that first game. But I think we responded well, and we got to respond again tonight.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
So obviously you've been through the wars with playoffs. How does this feel so far compared to any other playoffs you've been in?
Yeah, it's just it's playoff hockey. You really can't give an inch out there. It's tight checking. Special teams mean so much this time of year. It's just it's a good feeling to be out there working together as a team.
Thanks.
We'll go to Josh Clipperton, Canadian Press. Go ahead, Josh.
Hey, Joe. The Habs, as Sheldon mentioned after last game, said they wanted to make this into a war. Sometimes it's hard not to retaliate. What have you liked about your team's composure in some of those heated moments?
Yeah, we just keep our nose down, work through things. That's just what playoff hockey is. There's going to be a lot of emotions out there. You just got to stay focused on the task at hand, and I thought we did a good job last game.
And the last one here, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
One more for you, Joe. You dubbed William Nylander Willie Styles at the start of the year. What do you appreciate about his playoff style so far?
Yeah, it's been great. He's just so strong. Just an incredible shot. Great skater. He looks very, very driven right now, and it's been fun to watch him through the 2 games.
Sheldon, good morning. Maybe a little off topic for this morning, maybe not, but just do you have a goaltending plan in mind with the back-to-backs now, or do you just wait and see what happens tonight and go from there?
Yeah, we'll wait and see how we get through the game here tonight. That's my really only focus. I'm less concerned about the back-to-back, mainly because we're just taking it a game at a time, but also, the fact that it's back-to-back in the same city against the same opponent, it's less of a concern to me.
Okay. Do you have an update or on the status of Nick Foligno then?
Yeah, Nick will play tonight.
You will? Okay.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Sheldon, can you speak a little bit about what having Joe in the room is doing for you guys through the early ups and downs of this series?
I would say it's, we've talked a lot about this all through the season. We're just getting started here in the playoffs, but I think I would just say it's been the same in terms of, his approach, his voice, his experience in dealing with different situations. I think he and a number of our other veteran players, but not even that, just even our younger guys are, have grown in their own careers and throughout this season. To the point that our team, doesn't get too high or too low or anything like that. And certainly a voice like Joe helps.
We'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Sheldon, how did you feel that second line looked with Foligno at center and Alex and William in game 2?
I thought they did a good job. They had some good opportunities. They had some good pressure in the offensive zone. They were on the ice for the goal against there in that first period. But I thought as the game got moving, those guys were good. Nick did a nice job in the face-off dot.
What has stood out to you the most about Williams' game through 2 games of the playoffs?
He's played extremely well. He's been on the puck. He's been looking to make plays and make a difference. Obviously, he's found ways to score in both games. I've liked a lot about his game. He's been really engaged on both sides of the puck. And that's been good to see. And I think he's got a whole nother level to get to, like a lot of our players do. But definitely, he's made a mark in both games to me and has shown very well. So his confidence should be real high here right now coming into this game tonight.
We'll go to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Morning, Sheldon. Cole Caulfield coming into the game for them, and they have last line change. How might that change the dynamic tonight?
It doesn't change anything for us.
Thanks.
Next up, we'll go to John Liu with TSN. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. Sheldon, sort of on the same vein there, you saw Caulfield 3 times in the last week and a bit of the regular season. This being his playoff debut, the way that you defend against a player of that nature, how does that translate postseason compared to regular season?
No different, really. I mean, it's just it's another player on their team that has the ability, if you make a mistake, to make you pay for it. They've got a number of those guys through their lineup. That's how a lot of their offense comes from, and it doesn't change our mindset. In terms of how we need to play against any of their players, but just really their team in general. We just have to be real sharp and make sure we're not giving up those quick strike chances against. I thought we did a good job in game 2, certainly better than game 1 in that area, and has to continue tonight.